cat video to goats on a trampoline. You're welcome. This British Columbia farmer says her goats, or kids, spend hours bouncing around in her backyard. She says they bring a smile to her face every single day. She has no idea why they like the trampoline, and she's tried to get them to stop kidding around, but they just won't. That's kids for you. They never listen.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
You love goats,
I do. What's better on a Friday than goats on a trampoline?
Goats on a trampoline, of course. What a great way to end the week.
Exactly.
That is our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. News 3 now at 5 starts right now.
And right now at 5, the founders of a Rastafarian church in Madison who were arrested after a drug are in court. We'll have the latest.
Plus, we'll introduce you to one of our BU ambassadors who is proving that 2 is not always better than 1.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us tonight at 5. A Rastafarian church that acts as a cannabis sanctuary in Madison has its doors closed and windows boarded up today.
That's as 2 of its founders are in court today facing drug charges after being arrested in a police search earlier this week. Our Madeline O'Neill explains what happened in court today. Maddie?
Well, Mark and Susan, Jossie Schwark and Dylan Bangart are out on signature bond this afternoon on the conditions they can't go on the 500 block of West Mifflin Street where their church is located. The 2 claimed their religion allowed them to legally share marijuana with their Lion of Judah House of Rastafari members. But police arrested Schwark and Bangart Wednesday on tentative drug charges after executing a search warrant. They were in court for the first time today, and their attorney made a request to the bond conditions denied by the court commissioner.
Both of these gentlemen are telling me that they have an exemption for personal use, which is based on their religion when it comes to marijuana or THC. So they're asking me to request from the court a limitation to the request that they not be able to possess other than for purposes of religious consumption.
It's not an unreasonable request that in exchange for that, the defendants be ordered to actually comply with Wisconsin law, which is essentially what they're being asked to do. And I'm going to order as conditions of bail that they not use or possess controlled substances or drug paraphernalia.
Bangart is facing tentative charges of THC delivery and maintaining a drug trafficking place. Schwark was arrested on similar possible charges along with disorderly conduct and battery while armed. Now that refers to an incident last week outside the church when police say Schwark hit a man with a baseball bat. The 2 will be back in court for an official first appearance on Thursday morning. Certainly a story we'll be following, and we'll hear more from the neighborhood where the church is at 6.
All right, we'll see you then, Madeline. Thank you. A developing story out of Virginia Beach as police say a shooting at a municipal center has left multiple people wounded. They say a suspect has been taken into custody. They believe there was only one shooter. There's no immediate word of the extent of injuries. A spokeswoman for the FBI in Norfolk said the Bureau is responding to assist Virginia Beach police.
A man and a woman from Brodhead were injured in a motorcycle crash yesterday. It happened on the 3700 block of County Highway E in the town of Decatur, just south of Albany. Deputies say 48-year-old Matthew Bremer was traveling south and did not account for a curve in the road, which caused the motorcycle to overturn. He suffered severe injuries while the passenger, 28-year-old Diana Bowdy, suffered minor injuries. Bremer received a citation for operating a motorcycle without a valid license.
Let's get a look now at your first alert weather. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield is out on the very warm weather patio.
Yeah, Mark and Susan, the warmest day of 2019 so far on this last day of May, with highs in the lower to middle 80s across southern Wisconsin. We are keeping our eye on the radar, not so much for southern Wisconsin tonight, but we do have some severe thunderstorms north of Green Bay and across portions of northern Wisconsin. That's associated with a cold front that will dip south overnight and could provide us some shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into our Saturday. Hazy from the smoke from the wildfires in Canada in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam, but still clear skies. and that is allowing temperatures to stay in the low 80s at this 5 o'clock hour in Madison, in Janesville, still in the mid 80s in Lone Rock. So it will be mild and mostly clear this evening. But as we get into tomorrow, clouds are on the increase. Temperatures will only be in the upper 60s for highs compared to the 80s for today. And so we'll talk more about what to expect this weekend in your First Alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Dave, thank you. Another milestone was reached to bring a casino to the Beloit area. Today, the Federal Bureau of Indian Affairs published a final environmental impact statement. The casino and indoor water park are slated for a stretch along I-90 in Beloit near the state line and estimated to bring 2,700 jobs to the area. We're now entering a period of 30 days of public comment for the casino. After that, the federal government has to give its final sign-off on the project and send it to Governor Tony Evers' desk for approval. We'll have more on the story coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
The city of Milwaukee wants to offer Bucks guard Sterling Brown $400,000 to settle his lawsuit. Brown filed a federal lawsuit last year that accuses police of targeting him because he is black. Brown illegally parked in a disabled parking spot outside of a Walgreens in January of 2018 and was talking with a group of officers while waiting for his citation when the situation escalated. Officers took him down and used a stun gun because he did not immediately remove his hands from his pockets as police ordered.
A young African American who happens to be on a date, who then is taken down and tased in front of his date, just subjugated. Until we say we're not going to let this happen to young African Americans in this city, you know, this lawsuit's going to proceed.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports the city's Common Council has scheduled a June 10th vote on whether to extend the offer. City attorneys are asking officials to authorize it.
The Green Bay Packers have their first injury of the season. Head coach Matt LaFleur suffered a torn Achilles tendon. That's according to Sports Illustrated. He tore his Achilles tendon while playing basketball. Wednesday night, he's scheduled to have surgery Sunday and will be coaching the rest of the practices from a golf cart. Start of the season. There's plenty of different hobbies and sports for kids to choose from. Some are more common, while others really celebrate what it means to be you.
Danica Lewis is live at O'Keefe Middle School to tell us more about a club that's all about that. Danica?
They just started their routine behind me, guys. This is really, really cool. I am not quite there yet, but one of our BU ambassadors is out to prove that two wheels, not necessarily better than one.
Where's your other wheel?
If you find yourself in the O'Keefe Middle School gym on a Friday afternoon,
You're weird. You look like you're a circus performer.
you may question your definition of weird.
They stare at you.
Or more likely, how many wheels weird has.
We all do it anyway because it is so cool. And it does make you unique and special. And then what comes from there is the idling. You stand out, but yet you're like, what? It's just riding a unicycle. Sitting up, good, much better. If you're gonna be here, you should sort of be part of the culture. Sit down.
A culture Jill Cohen
Stand up.
brought here
Sit down.
that has students of all ages bouncing, dropping seats, and defying rules of physics.
A lot about balance, but it's not too hard once you know how.
Jay Coleman is in the choreography portion of the program, learning single-spoked routines for national championships.
Keep going, because it takes a really long time to learn this.
Jay's been riding for about 3 years now, one of the higher-level kids in the club who are responsible for teaching new unicyclists the ropes.
It makes it their group, not my group. And they all get better than I do. They're all better than I am, which is really nice. Are you guys gonna practice one forward, one backward? Learning a new thing keeps you humble and keeps you remembering what that feels like. And that point of frustration where you just want to quit and the point of frustration where you want to throw the unicycle. Hand up high. Recognizing when you accomplish something, that feeling of, okay, what do I want to do next? Nice. That was good.
You should probably keep trying, because there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, but it's pretty easy to make it right.
So who cares what's weird?
And find a unicycle.
Because once you saddle up with a tribe on one wheel, even a tumble is part of a team.
It's something no one can take away. Once you can learn to ride, it's a huge part of you, and it just is.
All right, you're taking a look at some of the performance going on right now. What is this, the junior team, Jill? The junior team doing it all. They're just wrapping up, but pretty cool stuff there. And guys, This is Jill right here, the extraordinaire. Oh, wow, that uni, they're cheering too. All right, this is how much I've learned in about an hour here. All right, you ready? You tell me when, or do I just do it? You do it. Okay, all right.
Nice. Again. Keep going, keep going. Holy smokes, good job.
This is better than I've done so far, guys. And usually they have like 50 kids here watching me probably and schooling me, but today,
oh my God, that was good.
I know. Oh, I'm supposed to, oh.
That was awesome.
That was a lot of pressure, thank you. Thank you. That was actually really cool, and I would highly recommend get on one of these. It's really, really fun. And we thank Jill for all of the work that she's already doing to encourage these kids to be themselves. I'll send it back to you, and I'll keep practicing, guys.
Outstanding, Danica.
Just be you.
Jill is such a great teacher.
Yeah,
that is so cool. How fun.
All right, Danica, thank you. The State Veterans Museum is set to unveil a new display next week featuring equipment a Wisconsin sailor used on D-Day. The museum will unveil a display Thursday. That's the 75th anniversary of the June 6, 1944 invasion along the coast of Normandy, France. The display will feature rain gear, a helmet, and boots that the soldier wore on Utah Beach. According to the State Department of Veteran Affairs, Gutenhust was a 27-year-old radio man with the 2nd Naval Beach Battalion during the invasion. The artifacts will be on display at the museum until June 30th.
Cows on the Concourse will be held on Madison's Capitol Square tomorrow. The event is from 8 until 1 in the 100 block of Martin Luther King Boulevard and will happen rain or shine. The free and family-friendly event marks the start of Dane County's June Dairy Month tomorrow. Grilled cheese sandwiches and milk will be served at the event.
And then on Sunday, the city of Madison will host the 11th annual Ride the Drive event from 11 to 3. The free event includes a 4-mile route to Brittingham, Olin, and Law Parks that attendees can walk, bike, or skate. Each park will also have activities, bike safety checks, and food carts. Prophet Street, North Shore Drive, beginning at West Brittingham Place and continuing to John Nolan Drive will all be closed Sunday from 9:30 to 4. As will John Nolan Drive from Olin Avenue to East Wilson and Williamson Streets.
The White House says it's slapping new tariffs on Mexico to persuade the country to do more to help curb the surge of migrants at the southern border. In a tweet today, President Trump said Mexico makes a fortune from the U.S., have for decades, and they can easily fix this problem. Time for them to finally do what must be done. The White House says a 5% tariff will start June 10th. The tax will increase 5% every month until it hits 25% in October. Members of Congress, including some Republicans and the business community, are against the tariffs.
This is everything that we import from our #1 trading partner, Mexico. Consumers will feel it when they go to buy tequila for their summertime margaritas. You'll feel it when you go shop for a new car. Farmers will feel it.
The new tariffs announcement comes as the Trump administration is pushing Congress to approve the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade deal, or USMCA, which would replace NAFTA. Trump administration officials will be on Capitol Hill next week to lobby lawmakers on the USMCA.
And there's more to come on News 3. We are sharing the stories of women you'll see in this year's Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk all month long in our series Why We Walk.
I'm meteorologist Gary Canolti at McKee Farms Park in Fitchburg. Are you Italian? If not, you can turn Italian. We've got Festa Italia going on this weekend. I'll be out here live in just a few minutes to tell you more about the event.
We are sharing the stories of the women you'll see in this year's Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk all month long in our series, Why We Walk.
Many of the walkers feel like they're sisters, and this next pair actually are. One may have just saved the other's life and made life easier for thousands of others in the process. Our Christina Laurie has their story.
Sisters.
She's my right arm. I can tell her anything. Anything, anytime.
Supporters.
Our mom kind of wouldn't let us be any other way.
Lifesavers.
I wanted to make a difference in the world, and I think now I have my cause, and I know you have your cause.
Little did Rhonda and Vicky know 6 years ago when they first started raising money for Komen's More Than Pink Walk. Their donations would not only help thousands of local women, but their family too.
I had went for my annual mammogram, and they said we have to do a more conclusive one. You need a diagnostic one.
It was 2017 when doctors found a mass on Vicky's breast.
Then I freaked out.
She knew the potential diagnosis all too well. Rhonda had fought and beat breast cancer 4 years earlier.
And I just kept thinking, oh, there's no way we're going to go through this again.
Scared when she heard her sister had to go back for another test.
You'll be fine, because that's what we do in our family. You know, we tell everybody everything will be fine.
Secretly, Rhonda was ready for the worst.
And I kind of knew what I was going to have to do if her path was going to be the same as mine.
Luckily, Vicky's prognosis was positive.
I was the fortunate one.
She didn't have cancer, but her insurance didn't cover the procedure either, meaning she still faced mounting medical bills, like many Wisconsin women who need additional testing.
And that's where Susan G. Komen came in without me even knowing it. She was like, you're never going to believe this.
Vicky was the recipient of a Komen grant, the Pink Shield.
She said, everything you're doing is making a difference. I just burst into tears.
Her screenings were completely covered thanks to that grant, which pays 100% of all medical bills for people with high deductibles or those facing financial hardships.
When I got that call and I burst into tears and they said, I get it now.
Vicky never saw a bill.
It was just such a relief. It took that burden of not knowing, what's going on to a different level where it's like, okay, at least I don't have to worry about the financial part of it.
The program not only pays for testing and treatment, but rides to and from appointments and childcare.
I'm supposed to raise funds to help people. My sister was helped.
Now, Rhonda isn't just there with money. She's providing meaningful messages only a survivor can.
I need to be there. I need to listen. I need to let them know, Komen can help you.
Like it and she helped Vicky.
She made a difference. She's making a difference.
Wow.
If you'd like to help Team Breast Friends hit their $30,000 fundraising goal, head to our website, channel3000.com.
And if you'd like to participate in this year's walk, you can still register. This year's event is next Saturday, June 8th.
We will see you there.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a first look at your first alert to weather. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has that for us. Dave?
Well, temperatures today, Mark, made it into the lower to middle 80s, so the warmest day so far in 2019 arrives on the last day of May, and it feels like summer, and it really does start to kind of look like summer when we start to talk about Festa Italia at McKee Farms Park in Fitchburg. The weather tonight looking fantastic with temps in the 70s. We should be clear and mild. As we head into tomorrow, our storm chances do go up during the morning and afternoon hours, so keep that in mind. But on Sunday, weather turning beautiful once again, dry and pleasant for the last day of the festival. And Gary Canalti will have a little bit more from McKee Farms Park in just a little bit on what you can expect this year at Festa Italia. So on Doppler track, we're quiet across southern Wisconsin, but we do have some storms and severe storms breaking out just north of Green Bay, closer to a cold front, and also across portions of northwestern Wisconsin. That's lining up very nicely with the marginal risk of severe weather that is in town, at least across portions of Wisconsin for this Friday. There is a slight chance of maybe some of the storms tomorrow being a little bit on the strong side for portions of southern Wisconsin as well. You notice that we did have some blue skies early this morning. They're more of gray skies right now, but we have clear skies overall. This is smoke from the wildfires in Alberta, Canada that's mixing in with our atmosphere, the very high levels of our atmosphere. And so that actually kept us a little bit cooler than we probably should have been today. Still the warmest day of the year at at 82 degrees and about 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. Right now at 81 with a west-southwest wind at 9 miles per hour. A little bit gusty at times, but not too bad. I mentioned that cold front. That is where those thunderstorms are sparking right along and close to the center of that low pressure system. As this front continues to move to the south as we get into tonight and tomorrow, our storm chances will start to go up closer to southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are in the 80s pretty much wherever you look across much of the upper Midwest, except behind that front where we're in the 60s in International Falls. Spots closer to the cross made it close to 90 degrees today. Dew points are a little bit elevated in spots, but not too bad across Wisconsin. Closer to 60 degrees. We are noticing some mid-60s just to the south. So a little bit less humid as we get into Sunday. For tonight, temps in the 60s. Maybe those thunderstorms rolling through overnight, but I think the better chance arrives tomorrow morning. And then for much of the day tomorrow, we'll need that umbrella with scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. So we're looking at future track right now, and temperatures will fall through the 60s, near 60 to start off our Saturday. Then as we get into tomorrow, we'll notice some rounds of showers and thunderstorms possible. Some downpours are also possible as well, and some of those storms could be a little bit on the strong side. But Sunday, that sunshine returns. Nice weather with temperatures near 70, anywhere from about a half an inch of rain to about an inch of rain possible with those thunderstorms on Saturday. So your 7 to 10-day forecast, noticing the 70s sticking around. Our next chance for showers and thunderstorms arrives later on Tuesday into early Wednesday. Now, with a little bit more on Festa Italia, we'll turn it over to Gary Canalti. Gary?
Dave, thank you very much. Boy, it smells like Italian beef and spaghetti here. So if you like Italian food, this is the place to be. But, you know, the whole weekend, there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's at McKee Farms Park, just off of Highway PD in Fitchburg. The Festa Italia runs through 11 o'clock tonight, runs through, looks like 7 o'clock. To 11 o'clock tomorrow night, and then 7 o'clock on Sunday. Now, there's spaghetti going on just about the entire time, but you want to learn how to make some Italian dishes? Well, let's see. On Sunday, we've got the cooking demo in the culture tent. If you don't want to miss church, there's a 10 a.m. Mass on Sunday morning. And then there's things for the kids. Wayne the Wizard will be here tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 2:30. So come out to Festa Italia, McKee Farms Park, $3 admission to get in, but lots of things going on, bocce ball tournaments, and this will run all the way through Sunday at 7 o'clock. So come on out to McKee Farms Park.
I think Michael Bruno's involved in a pasta eating contest
right.
tomorrow, so
Yeah.
lots of good Italian food going on. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, with the CBD craze exploding across the country, the FDA is now weighing in. We'll have the latest after a short break.
The Food and Drug Administration took its first step today toward regulating CBD.
CBD is derived from hemp. Unlike marijuana, it contains only trace amounts of THC, the ingredient that creates a high. Marketers promote it as a remedy for everything from anxiety to pain to insomnia. Today, the Food and Drug Administration hosted an all-day hearing live streamed to the public, begging for closer government oversight.
There's significant confusion in the market. Businesses don't know what is legally permissible, and some are making health claims in the absence of clear regulatory guidance.
No decisions are expected anytime soon from the FDA. For now, the FDA has said CBD is not allowed in food and drinks, but some states like Colorado allow it.
8 competitors have been declared the winners of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. This is the first group to share the coveted title in the event's nearly century-long history. By the bee's 17th round, judges told the spellers they were running out of words that would challenge them, and they decided the competition would continue for just 3 more rounds. Not one of the 8 struggled to spell out their final word. The co-champions range in age from 12 to 14 will not have to split up their winnings.
Each of you will be getting a Scripps Cup and, of course, the full $50,000 cash prize.
All of the winners also received trips to New York and Hollywood, and they will all appear on talk shows in the coming weeks.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and there's a new word. It's the Octo winners.
Yes. Smart students, that's for sure. We'll have another check of our weather when we come back. We are out of time. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. The CBS Evening News is next.
And then we'll see you back here for News 3 Now at 6.